over your art. And for your fans, when you corner, gotta shorten your stance. Lessen your tails, Philly shell, don't orbit a dance. You hit a bell, then report to the band and do whatever that the chorus commands. And for the grand, talented all along. Think we're fortresses made of stone. We're just palaces made out of flesh and bone. Made out of flesh and bone. Waiting for our time to shine, to come home. Lord, please bless my mansion of cards. If ever challenged, let us camp in the car. Or hang a hammock from a branch in the park. A planet made of uninhabited parts. Being anonymous don't grant you some dark. Even astronomers keep a camera on Mars. Satellite to track where you are and see your black as night, attack it with sparks. Fireworks are not a match for a star, and fire hurts, burns, blackens, and scars. Can still emerge, learned, attractive, and charred from out the ashes of galactic barrage. Yeah, it gets savage where they traffic mirage. It ain't no magic day in back of it, secret hatches and frauds. You gotta take it back to the start. You gotta tap and learn to rap from the heart. Yeah, yeah. Talented all along. Think we're fortresses made of stone. We're just palaces made out of flesh and bone. Waiting for our time to shine, to come home. Yeah, Lord, please bless my palace of bones. My soul call my skeleton home, it's on the phone. Get a receiver back to Tyrone. We made a pact, I'm going back home. Yeah, pack my bag, stagger back to the zone. With a bag full of daggers I've thrown. I'm like my own masochist, slash my wrist with a poem. And when I'm gone, don't tamper with or sample my songs unless you strong. Bicep emojis in the group chat, 5 sets of burpees, don't disturb me if the booth black. I'm going through it, got a bunch of baggage on my roof rack. I have a lot of habits that produce that. They gon' put they tag on it. My condolences to the fast moments. Hope the solar system assists my slower mission and put some lag on it. Window to my soul peering inside the crib where my spirit resides. Lyrics are die.
Another gun. All damn, just what have I become? No chance, I'll stay what they waiting for. No brain on stage, been here before. Hold on too much, gotta let it go. No pain, I'm out of it, ain't involved. No call, no show, I ain't really gone. Too late to say I was there wrong. Flown out the way for that info. Feel lost, but I know that we close. We down my lane on the road. Feel like I've been here before, but maybe switching my roles. Cold dude, no you. Now you ain't never that. So lose, I do. I gotta run it back. Cold dude, no you. Now you ain't never that. So lose, I do, I gotta run it back. Another one time be fun, I think my aim just begun. Another one last time please ya. Nah, I ain't live to please ya. Ain't got no plans to be through with this whole thing to see through. And I ain't trying to be cool, nah, I'm just trying to be true. But all I do is see blue, at least the 10 in my room. Feel like it's trying to consume, but I'm just days of refuse. Or maybe make it out soon. I assume that my doom ain't the worst of the guess what my purpose is. Start my verse, then I fall when the curtain ends. When the curtain ends, yeah, it's just back to pretend. Yeah, it's just back in the bins. Yeah, it's just back in my ends. Off in the back where I blend. Off in the back where I... Yeah, it's just back to pretend. Yeah, it's just back in the bins. Yeah, it's just back in my ends. Off in the back where I... Another one, another one, another one. Another one, another one, another one. Another one. Another one. Another one done.
What a night we expect it to be. We are live at the CompuBox Academy. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me is Johnny Nelson.
It's going to be unbeatable.
Terrence. King Rye, Ryan Garcia, one of the most famous boxers the world over, the fastest hands in the game. They call him Flash.
This is going to be one hell of a fight.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an...
Not too many seats to be had in this arena. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. Oh, he took that jab well. Showing exceptional chins, by the way. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You see the nerves of the fight stepping into the ring, Tom. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And then look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
Straight right just misses. You don't want to go tit for tat in there in this fight. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
If you're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to double shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move.
Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice hook. This is one of the best rounds I've seen this year. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
Counterpuncher is my favorite kind of fighter. A good counterpuncher, they're the people that make the history of our sport.
Catch and shoot. That counter punch caught him clean. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Very catch. Whoa, wait a minute. Crawford, do you believe this? Bud Crawford just got knocked down.
What a shot was that? Flash knocked down? He should get up on that. He's fresh enough. He can get up from that. Does he want to?
Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Boy, this next round is going to be crucial considering the knockdown we just witnessed.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
Big round, now relax. Good work out there, the jab's work.
Don't worry about it. I need to go back out there, I need to win this.
Great work. Stay focused, don't let him back into the fight. Great round.
Be smart, get your shots up. Don't give him anything. Go back out there and win this round, all right? It's only one round that you lost, don't worry about it. I need you to focus on what you're doing.
Great work. You were thinking, you were smart, you weren't loading.
You're better than that, kid. Just go back out there and get behind the basics.
And don't get carried away. Think about the defense on the end and what you do. Good.
Don't worry about that round. Don't worry about that.
Oh, he's just taking a big breath, and here we go again. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
Oh, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
A lot of fans know how quick these lighter fighters can be, but tonight, don't be surprised if these don't pack a lot of power as well. Missing with the hook. That jab was blocked. He misses with that straight left. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident... Whoa, wait a minute! Crawford's legs are all over the place! No, we don't see a knockdown!
Defense is everything, because they got shot once, they know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work for defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
There's a counter shot. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. They blocked the left there. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
That power might be the do or die. That power might be the equalizer.
Throws the jab, it doesn't score. Neither fighter willing to slow down. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Crawford in that last round. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Stay focused.
Get out there, switch on, and get your boxing back together.
Smart. Good man, good man. Just say it again.
And there's the bell to start round 3. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Let me explain to you about a fast fighter that's got hand speed and footwork. They're relaxed. They're confident. They know they just have a quick burst, boom. In a split second, they've let 4 shots go. Their footwork has got them out of the way. And these guys are so relaxed. And that's why they can maintain this all the way through a fight.
This fight has a real good flow to it. Nice exchange here from both men. Jab. Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Walk away from each other and then run right back into trouble. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Both of these guys have been headhunting. Not a lot of body work being shown. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. The courage on display here is incredible. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Crawford in that last round. They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round? Back at it in round 4. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
There's a counter shot. How about that time counter shot? Blistering hand speed from both of these outstanding lightweights.
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Light jab just misses. Not a lot of defense here at all. There's a counter shot. You just can't land that punch. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Jab doesn't find a home. Misses with the straight left. Covering up, trying to work some defense here. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. Fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talking about Crawford in that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
There's a lot on the line here.
You've completely switched up. Get your mind back on the job.
Okay, I'm happy.
And there's the bell for round 5. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Big whiff with the right hook. Just when you think they're going to have a lull in the action, we get it heated back up. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Best action I've seen in any round, anywhere this year. Deciding to let it all. Hold that thought! Right now, the Flash is seeing flashes after that shot. Back into the fray again, but how much do they have left?
The corner needs to think nice and sharp. They know their fight. They know what their fight's capable of doing and what their fight can and cannot take. This is going to be a tough decision to make.
Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Talk about Garcia in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but there's the bell to start round 6. He couldn't finish him off in the last round. Let's see what this has in store for us.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Giving us a high-tempo show. Stamina is so important for these two fighters because it allows them to use their skills throughout the match. It can all come down to who's in better shape.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
He misses with that jab. Nope, that jab not going to score. 3 wanted action, and they are giving us action. And the kid goes down. 10 back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
Oh, he's up. I'll be surprised if he makes it back to the corner. And if he does, will he get back up from the stool again? That was a shot.
When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
The straight right just misses. When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. As we enter the final 10 seconds here, it's probably a round he'd rather forget. Let's talk about Garcia in that last round. Beaten, bruised, and battered, but somehow
make mistakes.
There's the bell to start round 7. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Catch and shoot. Here we go with the lightweights. Get ready to see some blazing hand speed and fancy footwork.
What can they change? They can change their attitude. They can change their nervous system for a certain amount of punches per round. Because otherwise, if they deviate from the game plan, they're going to be shattered once again and the fight will be over.
A lot of effort being exerted here. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight fire with fire. You either give it them back because that's where they're comfortable, or you play calm, play cool.
They figure out the combination to this safe.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Trying to land that jab. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Beautiful counter shot. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Oh, and it's flashing lights for the flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. Big shot, and down goes Garcia.
Oh, he's down, he's down. Is he going to get up? He's staggering. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Many people would have predicted it, but we've got a knockout victory.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night-night.
gonna do right here is settle the score. Look around you. We got a whole room full of monsters. We gonna shut it down like this. Let's go. Yeah. The tricks of the trade, the rules of the game. I've been to the top and I've been to the bottom. I tell you they look about the same. I can speak about comfort, I can speak about pain. You wanna come do this, study my movements, go up and sit in the grain. See, I never heard of vacations, bro, that word to me is insane. I'd rather put hands in the dirt as I put in the work and watch suckers complain. Cause all they regardless, who go the hardest, whole family is just chock full of ballers. Who wanna tell them I never been there? I step in the circle, just know I'm prepared. I win or I learn, I never will lose. The fork in the road, which one will you choose? Look, the people need answers. You ready to dance? This one for the champs. The blood, sweat, and tears of my stripes. I only tell stories of fights. You learn that the struggle is part of the hustle. Don't ever mistake them as gripes. First I hit them with lefts, then I hit them with rights. After all that I've been through, I gotta continue to cut through that bowl with a knife. You holding me up, so I'm rising. You want me to fail or surprise them. Addicted to winning, so since the beginning, I only focus on horizons. Only regardless, who go the hardest? Whole family is a chock full of ballers. Who wanna tell them I never been there? I step in the circle, just know I'm prepared. I win or I learn, I never will lose. The fork in the road, which one will you choose? Look, the people need answers. You ready to dance? This one for the champs. So what can I tell you? I learned from my failures. I traveled through hell with a gang full of tailspins, and I only prevail cause I came with my day ones, and they never strayed from tough situations. I'm saying there's no conversation, just head down and get from the heart that we came from. All we regardless, who go the hardest? Whole family is just chock full of ballers. Who wanna tell them I never been there? I step in the circle, just know I'm prepared. I win or I learn, I never will lose. The fork in the road, which one will you choose? Look, the people need answers. You ready to dance? This one for the champs.
So much energy here in the house tonight. We are live. It's the Mexican monster, David Bennett. Sugar Ray Leonard, an amazing fighter.
This back.
What a pleasure it is. We're expecting an all-out offensive display. They're both trying for a knockout. Good defense on the right uppercut. Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
You just see the nerves on the fighter stepping into the ring, Tom. It can tell you so much about a fighter. And the look in the opposite corner, you've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
These punches coming from every angle. Nice right hook. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to double a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every switch.
Those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
They both want a highlight reel knockout. right hook scores. Nice counter. This fighter focuses on that outside game. You don't see them get hit too often. You don't see them in trouble a lot, but that's what their mantra is.
The flat for the fight. If you've got a dancer out there in front, you've got to cut them off. Cut the ring off, make the ring small. Put them on the back foot. Put them under pressure.
Well, we knew this was going to happen. Some taunting. Good looking hook, but it was blocked. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. David Benavidez in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty...
His entire fight.
On to the second round. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it?
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? The Mexican monster's in trouble. And it appears the onslaught is over, at least for now.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense. Work on defense. Blocking and stopping and shooting.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Two evenly matched fighters in this weight class. It sometimes comes down to who's in better condition. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. Action. Have to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
We both know who the bigger power puncher is. There's a significant power difference. How would you handle that?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight, it's the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. Do you know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous? That is what writes our history book.
Work rate. So he's going to taunt here. I don't know if that's the wisest strategy. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about David Benavidez that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We just saw. Let's get it started in round 3. Coming off that fantastic last round. Let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Mexican monster is down.
I've seen many shots like that. A simple short shot. Put the fighter down.
this was an unexpected turn of events. What happens next?
Look at his corner.
Hold on a second, Johnny. Did you see that? And it's survival time for David Benavidez. That was the moment.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, fluid ahead a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Right uppercut can't find a home. At the halfway point, there's no doubt who's won this round so far.
The corners must be so happy. Down to a T, play the plan out to a T. If they can pick up momentum and do this over and over and over again, they've got it.
Neither one of these fighters want to see the judges' scorecards. You'd like to see more jabs. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
How do you deal with an aggressive fighter? What you do is you fight. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you continue.
It's been all one-way traffic with just 10 seconds to go in the round. Talk about Benavidez that last round. As this fighter has been down twice, they've got to up their game here, or this fight is going to be over.
There's always a way back. Don't ever round anybody up.
Good work, that's it. Now breathe, just get your breath back.
In this round, get your mind back, get your focus back, and get that jab back.
You can't miss it. Great work. Stay focused, don't let him back in.
Go back out there and win this round, all right? Only one round that you want.
Back at it in round 4. Something has got to change after 2 knockdowns in the last round.
2 knockdowns in that last round. There'll be sheer panic in that corner. What do? Do they throw the towel in? Do they let him come back out again? Because they know their fighter is like a lamb to the slaughter.
Misses with the straight left. As quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. His jab just got blocked. That counter shot lands. This fighter has determined that they can walk through any punches that their opponent throws, and that's a very confident spot to be in.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You could hit them with a sledgehammer, they are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a cliff. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
How about that time counter shot? Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. No respect for each other's punching power. The straight right just misses. Punch, counter punch. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. You've got to relax.
A lot of effort being exerted here. That counter shot lands. Plays the jab, it doesn't score. Good job defending the jab. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. David Benavidez in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more, but it might come down to who's in better shape.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing.
Time for the 5th round. They let it all hang out in the last round. What do they got left?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally...
Whoa, Johnny, out of nowhere, look at this! David Benavidez might be ready to go! It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Punch, counter punch. Heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. It hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Going to let this one go to the judges. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Pretty close fight here in this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Old adage is no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You've just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You've just got to put in a guess.
That jab gets blocked. Counter punch right up the middle. This fight has a real good flow to it. That counter shot lands. Parries that jab away. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Sugar Ray is rocked.
Bambi legs are kicking in. Let's look at those legs. The legs have gone.
Let's talk about David Benavidez that last round. We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
This is when you talk about championship material.
Just go back out there and get behind.
Yes, I like that.
Let's start the 6th. Let's see how much recovery they saw there in the last minute.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, trekked right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brains.
They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. That counter punch caught him clean. Good counter punch. Holding nothing back here in the round. Sugar Ray Leonard dazed.
He's dazed. Where should he look? What should he do? Should he run? Should he try and hold on?
Looks like trouble was averted.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Endurance is becoming a factor. You can see this fighter having a hard time getting out of the way of the punches, and they're not throwing as many on their own.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
A perfect counter lands. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Is he going to punch himself out, though? Only catching air with that hook. They're both going for the KO. It's so obvious. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Benavidez in that last round. How much all the way through camp? Round 7, here we go. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
What are they doing that round? Are they trying to get an early out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, you're out. So time to go celebrate.
I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. Compliments on my accomplishments are only possible due to your involvement, volume, level, and confidence. The consequences stimulating your consciousness, activating the cognitive structures. I think all you mother and opposites still play a vital role in my conquering. The combination of confrontation and pondering. Occupation is populating the conference with conversation, no astonishment, consuming the comments and then vomiting up the Vonnegut. Hey. Ominous as a monster is underneath your posturepedic, possibly in the closet. It's a necropolis, scary how I'm optimistically obstinate. Ain't no domino in my dominance when I'm dropping this. Janis Joplin droplets, it sound like the apocalypse mixed with Christopher Wallace's topics on top of obelisks. It's a kabbalist novelist inside of my esophagus. Rhyme is crime and it's optimist and tastes like chocolate cake. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the cake. okay. I've won many things I've done, but this one here, this one takes the K. Bitch, like winner, chocolate cake for dinner, birthday cake for breakfast, slice it like a ninja, pick up all the pieces, assemble like Avenger, author rain is August, wordplay is December, That mean my pen is in cinders and my deliverance shivers like Siberian area shippers. Slip on the slickest icicles, drip from the tip of my scriptures. If you a ship on the trip, don't hit on the tip of my glacier. Swim with the fish and flippers. I finish my pitches. This is what didn't get it, getting hit and hitting the different differs. What did he do with it? Didn't she? Who are you mentioning? Louis do a dual identity, dueling enemies. Do it to him, chewing through him without doing it dentally. Superhuman fluent without refueling engines with energy. This chemistry can it be? They googling endlessly. Even computers losing memory, bending mentally when they interface with the lyrical ability.
Things I've done, but this one here.